Well, great morning, everyone. You know what we have here? Do the ruffle shuffle, and we'll just ask what it can tell us, what's going on with the political scene, the drama, the soap opera in the moment. Oh, Lord. So many sub-stories that are going on in this soap opera. So, what can you tell us today? So let's see what the topic is. What's coming in? Okay. Looking overseas at the actions, seeing what's coming in. Let's see what the energy is with it. Mentally retreating. So mentally retreating from looking at what's coming in. Above it, facing loss. Doesn't want to acknowledge it. Okay? With the foundation of lies, spins fishtails. Okay? So we know who this is. We know what administration it is. Looking and seeing what's coming in and mentally retreating because above it facing loss, and so the foundation is they're going to continue to spin fishtails. What they're trying to feed us emotionally as they are facing a loss. So what's going on now? And I keep getting this more of agreements coming in with the challenge of the actions in hand. Now, you know, you can try to hide these things, but we see what actions are being done. Above it, we've got the evidence. We know what the economy is. We know the evidence, the concrete things that are happening, and yet again, the wheel is turning on that. So, potential outcome is the burden. Ongoing burden. It's not getting better for the administration, no matter what kind of drama they're doing. Outside influence, yeah, they're going to continue to make the burden even worse. Okay? The outside influence is crash and burn. Above it, with the things up in the air, which they're in denial of, and feeling ever more pushed to the edge, with the wheel turning on what they're trying to feed the public. Facing loss, the evidence is in hand with the stuff up in the air. Again, looking at what's coming in, mentally trying to retreat from that. There is an agreement as to the actions being done, the challenge or the actions that are taking place. Outcome is more burden for the outside influence, which is we know who. Trumpenstein and his whole cadre of ones aiding him, trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. So we see him, every time he goes out, he keeps screaming about election fraud and, you know, just the ongoing rhetoric and drama, but it's falling flat now. They're beginning to challenge him on the lies he keeps putting out there. So let's see what's driving the reading. The first thing out is light. Light coming out on what? What they're withholding, what they're hanging on to, what they're clinging to when it comes to trying to control the action. Because guess what? That pesky little thing called the truth and the information is coming out. You know, we're getting to that point where the fullness, all of the stuff continues to emerge, which they're trying to keep the lid on by what the sycophants that are surrounding. Guess who? Trumpenstein, okay? The leader and thief with a new action, but there is new information when it comes to those in the know, okay, about the harvest. And underlying the past and the Epstein files, etc. So we've got the racing mind when it comes to him trying to abuse his power. We're using a justice system to try to get away with things, but this is emotionally and mentally devastating when it comes to his whole world, because things are moving. When it comes to the Magatonians, they see what's being handed out, very little being handed out. They're being kept poor because of the choices being made. And this new concrete things are opening up when it comes to the long-term, slow-moving. And they are, of course, wanting him to exit stage left in disgrace because of his delusion, his illusion. It's becoming a tower moment with what's being juggled. And especially when it comes to his self-enrichment, which is always his whole thing, that is bringing him down, bringing him to the end point because of what he's been trying to hide and what's being contemplated. When it comes to being ruled by the mind, there is more judgment coming out. When it comes to trying to figure out the next move, there's a lot of arguments and things behind the scenes, more investigations taking place because they want to temper it. And so here we have the Democrats, and they're looking at what he's blocking, wanting a victory when it comes to the control. The new cup is coming out. And rapidly moving is what's being worked on, what's being strengthened with what's being offered up when it comes to the White House, when it comes to what he's trying to sell, when it comes to the truth about their ongoing manipulations. They're starting to feel embattled, mentally tied up, restricted because of what's being shared. And we have, again, continuing to move forward and rebuilding things, putting out more information, overturning, again, concrete information and things happening when it comes to the Republicans, which are out in the cold now with a message about actions. They're trying to run away from the ongoing nightmare and what's being birthed by, guess who? Their dear leader. So there you have it. So yeah, their outside influence is the dark side, and it's bringing more of a burden every day as he's trying to mentally retreat from what's actually happening into his fantasy world, which he tries to project out there and blame everybody else. You know, it's all Biden's fault. It's all, you know, and it's the best economy ever, the best. He's the most brilliant, and, you know, just the ongoing delusion of this man. And the Republicans are finding more and more difficulties, and more of the MAGA cult is waking up and leaving him behind now as things progress. So that's what I'm getting from the cards today. We're moving forward. Democrats are continuing to push, and Republicans are getting more, you know, bound up, and they're losing election after election after election. The writing's on the wall. And again, Trump keeps trying to fall back in his delusion, where he's becoming even more toxic and just in denial of what's actually taking place, and more enmeshed in his fantasy land, which he's trying to, you know, put out there. And the things that are coming against him now, you know, they're all fake. They're all out to get him, and he's done nothing wrong, and he is just, you know, the only one that can save the planet, etc., etc. But it's all coming crashing down in a tower moment, okay? And he can't get out of it. I just see like this. What I'm feeling is a roller coaster, and at the back of the roller coaster is tied this rope, and it's tied around Trumpenstein's leg, and it's just pulling him along this roller coaster. So he's on a ride. This is not the ticket he wanted to buy. This is not the ride he wanted to be on. But this roller coaster is going, and, you know, around in all the places it's going, through the tunnels, and just dragging him along. So that's what I'm getting energetically today. What a visual, okay? I could just feel it. You know, when I get these impressions, it's not that I'm seeing, I'm impressed with a vision of something, and I can feel the motion of this, and him just being pulled along, you know, on this route. Now, it's not like the roller coaster is going on, getting to pick its route. It's already laid out, okay? So he's being drug along this thing. And so, yeah, that's where I'll leave that today. And I'm not going to do too many readings because today is, you know what, Hogalishi Day. So there are only going to be 3 of us today. It'll be Hogarth, Lena, and myself because it is Sheila's birthday and she is out and about in the mountains of Colorado with Panda. Her dog is so cute. Panda is so cute. So they're out and enjoying her birthday time. So it will be Hogarth, Lena, and myself. Hi, Miss Lily. Yeah, Lily Boom. You come to see me. You come to give me love. Yes, you come to give love. She says I did. I come to share my puppy love. This is such a good girl. Okay. So on that note, we'll leave that here and we'll see you online.